Arthur did everything right. That isn't a cliché. In his case, it is a mathematical fact. For 40 years, Arthur followed the script. He showed up, worked the overtime, and every 2 weeks, like clockwork, he took a slice of his paycheck and threw it into the gap. The 401k, the IRA, the deferred compensation plan. The financial gurus on television told him he was being smart. They told him he was paying himself first, and that avoiding taxes today meant he was beating the system. Arthur is 73 years old now. The mortgage is paid, the kids are gone, and the nest egg is massive. On paper, Arthur is a wealthy man. But Arthur is about to discover that he doesn't actually own his money. He is about to discover that for the last 4 decades, he hasn't been building a fortress. He's been fattening a pig, and the butcher has finally arrived. There is a trap waiting at the end of the American retirement dream. It is not a market crash, inflation, or a Ponzi scheme. This trap is written into the tax code. It is entirely legal, and it is designed to extract roughly 20 to 30% of your life savings right when you need them most. It's a mechanism that takes the safe money you've saved, your Social Security and your 401k, and turns them against each other. Most people assume the government is a benevolent observer of their retirement, but they are wrong. The government is a silent partner who contributed zero capital and took zero risk, but retained the right to change the percentage of profits they keep whenever they feel like it. To understand the trap, you have to understand the deal you made when you were 30. HR handed you a form and said, if you put $10,000 into this 401k, we won't tax you on it this year. It sounded like a gift, but you didn't get a tax break, you got a tax delay. The premise was that you would be in a lower tax bracket when you retired, because the system assumes you will be poor, or at least poorer than you are now. But if you were successful, if you actually won the game of capitalism, you won't be in a lower bracket. You might have a paid-off house, zero deductions, and a massive bucket of pre-tax money. In your working years, you control the flow of money. In retirement, you lose that control. Enter the required minimum distribution, RMD. At age 73, the government gets tired of waiting and forces you to withdraw a percentage of your tax-deferred accounts every year, whether you need the money or not. If you have a $2 million nest egg, your first RMD is roughly $73,000. You might think you can just pay the tax on that amount, but taxes don't happen in a vacuum. That withdrawal acts like a chemical agent, dripping down into your finances and triggering a reaction most retirees never modeled. It attacks your Social Security. This is the hidden tax. In 1983, the government introduced provisional income. If your income crosses a specific threshold, up to 85% of your Social Security benefits become taxable. This creates a distortion field known as the tax torpedo. By withdrawing $1 from your IRA, you don't just add $1 to your taxable income, you force $0.85 of your Social Security to also become taxable. Mathematically, your taxable income increases by $1.85 for every dollar you spend. This causes your effective marginal tax rate to spike, often from 12% to over 40%. A middle-class retiree can end up paying a higher marginal rate than a Wall Street hedge fund manager simply because they fell into the donut hole of the tax code. If the tax torpedo is a trap, the widow's penalty is a tragedy. Statistically, women outlive men. When a husband passes away, the surviving spouse eventually files as single. While household income usually remains stable, She keeps the larger Social Security check and inherits the RMDs. The tax brackets are cut in half. The space in the 12% bracket shrinks by 50%. Suddenly, a grieving widow finds her tax bill has doubled or tripled, even though her lifestyle hasn't changed. This is the hidden risk of deferring taxes. You are pushing your liability into an unknown future where your filing status becomes your biggest vulnerability. On top of this is the second silent tax, IRMAA, Income-Related Monthly Adjustment Amount. This is a cliff, not a progressive tax. If your income crosses a specific line by even $1, perhaps triggered by a forced 401k withdrawal, your Medicare premiums can spike by thousands of dollars a year. We have seen retirees forced to take an RMD they didn't need, which pushed their income $100 over the limit, triggering a surcharge that cost them $4,000. In that scenario, the effective tax rate on those last few dollars is an absurdity. This friction drains the 20% of savings before it ever hits your checking account. You might be thinking tax rates are historically low right now, and you're right, until January 1st, 2026. That is when the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act expires, and rates revert to higher levels automatically. Furthermore, with the U.S. debt exceeding $34 trillion and Social Security facing insolvency, the government needs revenue. Your 401k represents a massive, unguarded pot of honey. The trend is clear. The window to get your money out at a discount is closing. So, is the game rigged? Yes. Is it unwinnable? No. The trap relies on your inertia. The antidote is strategic pain. It means realizing that paying taxes now, while rates are known and low, might be cheaper than paying them later. It means looking at Roth conversions to eliminate the silent partner forever. It means managing your provisional income to keep Social Security tax-free. Retirement isn't just about the size of the pile, it's about how much of the pile you get to keep. You spent 40 years working for your money. Don't spend your golden years apologizing to the IRS for your success.